This is very serious. God is exposing your sister. Your sister is my dear child. If you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says, "My child, as I continue to speak, I need you to understand the depth of what has been unfolding behind the veil of your daily life. You have been moving forward, thinking you see the whole picture, but the reality is that there has been an entire shadow conversation shaping the path beneath your feet. Every choice you have made in good faith has been met with silent opposition in the form of whispered words spoken in rooms you never entered. And these whispers are not harmless. They were seeds, intentional seeds sown with the hope that they would choke out your future before it fully bloomed. The one who spoke them never thought you would know. They believed their confession would remain buried in the ears of a confidant who would protect them. But I, the Lord, do not allow lies to remain forever in the dark. And I assigned Archangel Michael to catch every word before it could vanish into nothingness. Michael has been carrying this weight for a long time. He is not merely delivering a message. He is delivering the breaking point of a spiritual case against those who have wronged you. He has stood in the heavenly court and declared, "Father, they must know. They cannot keep walking without seeing this truth. And I have granted permission for the veil to be torn." This is why his cry has been so loud, so desperate, so unlike anything you felt from him before. He knows this is your window. If you skip it again, the delay in justice will stretch further and the enemy will take that as an invitation to tighten their grip. The confession itself came in a moment of weakness for the one who spoke it. They were under pressure, their heart pounding, fear gnawing at their composure. In that moment, they admitted what they had done, thinking it would be a private release of guilt. But instead of true repentance, it was a calculated move. They confessed only to the one they believed would help them cover their tracks. And that listener, oh my child, that listener is not innocent. They smiled. They nodded, they comforted, all while calculating how they could use this confession for their own gain. The two of them now share a secret like a locked chest between thieves. But I am the key and my justice breaks every lock. Michael has been trying to tell you that time is sensitive. Even as you read this, the pair of them are having conversations, creating stories to protect themselves, erasing signs that could point back to the truth. But what they don't know is that their own words have already been recorded in heaven's book. They cannot outrun what I have seen. They cannot rewrite what I have heard. The spiritual record is unchangeable. And the very words they thought would vanish are now the words that will expose them. I know you may be wondering why now, Lord, why not earlier? My child, you must understand. Revelation is timed. There are seasons when knowing too soon would only have hurt you. And there are seasons when knowing too late would have destroyed you. This is the appointed time. This is the moment when your heart is strong enough, your spirit sharp enough, and your destiny ripe enough to handle the truth. Any sooner and you may have reacted in the flesh. Any later and you may have walked into a trap you could not see. That is why Michael has been more insistent than ever, because this is the day the truth becomes your shield. There is more, my child. The confession was not just about something they said. They spoke about actions, about choices they made with the intent to keep you from rising. They confessed to convincing others to doubt you, to mistrust you, to see you as less than you are. They confessed to taking opportunities meant for you and placing them in the hands of others. They confessed to aligning themselves with people who do not have your best interest at heart. But perhaps the most painful part is that they spoke about you with a coldness, as if you were a piece on a board to be moved or removed at will. Michael wept when he heard it, not because he doubted your strength, but because he knew the sting it would bring to your heart. Still, I tell you this, the sting will not last forever. What will last is the freedom that comes from no longer walking in illusion. My child, you deserve to see clearly. You deserve to walk without hidden chains, and you deserve to reclaim everything their words tried to take from you. That is why you must not delay any longer. Even now, I see their hearts trembling, though they try to act normal around you. Their spirit senses that the walls are closing in. They may even attempt to come to you soon, not to confess fully, but to offer a watered-down version of the truth in hopes of controlling the narrative. Do not be deceived. You will know the real confession because Michael himself will confirm it in your spirit when it comes. You will feel a sudden release. A strange mix of pain and peace. And you will know that heaven has just delivered you from the shadow of deception. I also need you to know this. When the truth comes out, not everyone around you will respond the way you expect. Some will apologize for believing the lies. Some will pretend they never doubted you. And some will silently distance themselves because the truth forces them to face their own role in what happened. Do not let this trouble your heart. Every separation that follows this revelation will be a divine separation necessary to make space for those I am sending to you. For every person lost, there is someone more loyal, more aligned, more loving, waiting to step into your life. Michael is still crying even as I speak. His tears are not weakness. They are a form of intercession. Every drop carries a plea before my throne for your protection, your understanding, your courage to act. He is standing between you and the flood of manipulation that has been aimed at your life for far too long. But even his protection requires your participation. You must take the scroll when he offers it. You must read it. You must let the truth do its work. And my child, when you finally hold this confession in your hands, I want you to remember something. The enemy did not win. Yes, they spoke against you. Yes, they tried to harm your reputation. Yes, they attempted to shift your destiny. But you are still here. You are still moving forward. You are still chosen. Their words were weapons, but they did not pierce the armor I placed on you. Instead, their confession is about to become the very evidence I used to lift you higher. What is coming next will require a boldness you have not used before. You will have to make decisions that separate you from what is familiar. You will have to step into new territory trusting that I am your guide. But you will not walk alone. Michael will walk with you. His sword in one hand, his shield in the other. His voice reminding you that you are more than the sum of anyone's opinion. You will never be the same after this, my child. Not because the betrayal defines you, but because the truth will refine you. You will carry yourself differently. You will pray differently. You will choose differently. And the enemy will see that the very thing they tried to use to break you has become the thing that built you into someone unshakable. Michael is still here. His cry is still loud. And heaven is waiting for your yes. This is the moment. Do not skip it again, my child. Even as you read these words, heaven is shifting. There is movement in places you cannot see with human eyes. Michael is kneeling before the throne, his armor glistening with the moisture of his tears. The sound of his weeping is not quiet. It is a cry that shakes the atmosphere. A cry that pierces through every distraction that has kept you from hearing him before. You do not know how many times he has stood between you and an unseen arrow. How many times he has turned the blade that was meant for your spirit so that it missed you entirely. You do not know the number of nights he has stayed watch over your bed, sword drawn, while shadows tried to creep in, and now he is crying loudly because the truth is here. The confession has been made. And yet you keep skipping the moment to receive it. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. The person who confessed did not intend for the words to reach the ears of heaven's army. They were speaking in what they thought was secrecy, leaning forward, lowering their voice, making sure no one else could hear. But they forgot that nothing is hidden from me. They forgot that I am the God who hears every whisper, every plot, every intention before it is even formed. My spirit hovered in that place as they spoke. Every word they said about you burned in the air like smoke before my eyes. And when they finished thinking they were safe, I sent Michael to collect every syllable and carry it to you in this hour. This is why he has been desperate for you to open, for you to listen, for you to stop pushing him away. Their confession is not something you could have guessed in full. You may have suspected their heart was not pure. You may have felt an uneasiness you could not explain. But the depth of what they revealed will still take your breath away. They did not simply speak out of frustration or weakness. They spoke with intent. They spoke with the purpose of harming you, of reshaping the way others see you, of making you appear unworthy in the eyes of people whose favor you needed. And they succeeded for a time because those words moved through circles of influence like a shadow in the water, staining what was meant to be bright. But my child, I am not allowing that shadow to remain. I am sending my light to pierce through it, to expose what was done, and to redeem every moment. Left, one to your right, and one above your head. These are not ordinary angels. These are divine protectors sent specifically because your health is under surveillance by the kingdom of God. Your health has been marked. Something has been revealed in the spirit realm. The enemy had a plan, but God intercepted it. The sickness that was being prepared in secret. The weakness that was forming in the silence of your body has now been noticed by heaven's army. Archangel Raphael, the healer, is already touching certain parts of your body that you haven't even noticed are under attack. There is a part of you that has been weakening, not in pain yet, but the cells are confused. The rhythm of life inside you is slightly off balance. Heaven saw it before doctors could. Heaven sent this message before symptoms could even speak. And now God says, read every word. Michael is crying. Not just because your health is under divine watch, but because you have been ignoring the whispers, the inner nudges, the dreams, the sudden tiredness, the strange forgetfulness, the anxiety that came out of nowhere. These were not ordinary. These were signs, warnings, holy disruptions. God says this is not a coincidence, the pain you felt last week. The dizziness, the short breath, the deep exhaustion. You brushed it off, but heaven didn't. 3 angels gathered immediately and rushed to your side, but you didn't listen. And now Michael is commanding with authority, do not ignore this again. There is a woman who spoke something about your health behind your back. She said something like, they're always tired. They don't take care of themselves. I bet something is wrong with them. She didn't mean to curse you, but her words traveled into the spirit realm. And the enemy used them. Her words were turned into a spiritual rope trying to tie your energy down. And heaven heard it. God says, I am undoing it right now, but I need you to read everything. Don't rush. This isn't just about physical health. Your soul is tired. Your spirit is worn. You haven't been resting spiritually. Even when your body sleeps, your heart is battling. You dream but don't feel rested. You wake but feel no freshness. That is not laziness. That is spiritual fatigue. And it's dangerous if ignored. Because when the spirit is tired, the body begins to absorb that exhaustion. You felt it. Days when you feel like you've done nothing but are exhausted, that is your sign. Michael says, the enemy has been trying to delay their healing by making them delay prayer. Every time you said, I'll pray later, a small piece of divine protection weakened. You didn't lose God's love. You never will. But your shield got thinner because prayer is not just talking to God. It's reinforcing your armor. And now it's time to rebuild it. There is something specific God has been nudging you to stop eating or maybe drinking, and you've been ignoring that inner voice. You felt a gentle push to give it up. That's not your imagination. That was an angelic instruction. The food or drink isn't sinful, but for your body in this season, it's becoming a doorway to imbalance. Michael says they must obey that instruction immediately. If you know what it is, act on it now. If you're unsure, fast in prayer for one day and the answer will come clearly. But don't delay. 3 days ago, something passed by you. Maybe in the street, maybe in a dream, maybe on social media, you saw something that made your heart beat strangely. You dismissed it, but that was your divine alert. Something is approaching you silently, but heaven is louder. God says the doctor will not see what I see. But if you trust me, I will heal what even science cannot name. There is a hidden condition not yet diagnosed. But it's already being uprooted by the Spirit. You don't need to panic. You are not dying. But you need to partner with heaven right now. This message is your confirmation. Divine healing has already begun. Michael is on his knees, not because he's weak, but because he's begging you with all the strength of an eternal warrior. Don't close this message without praying. Don't let this just be interesting words. This is a matter of spiritual life support. He is holding something, a scroll, and it has your name on it. It reads, "They were scheduled for something painful in 7 days, but God's mercy canceled it. You were supposed to receive a shocking medical event, a sudden fainting, a strange fever, a random collapse, something no one would expect. But God canceled it before it reached your doorstep." This message is the evidence, the cancellation notice, the testimony of what could have happened if God didn't intervene. God says, you have an ancestor in heaven who prayed for your healing even before you were born. That prayer is still active. It's being reactivated now. Someone who loved you long gone saw this day coming. Their tears are still echoing in God's throne room. You are walking in the strength of generations. But the enemy knows this. That's why he's trying to wear your health down quietly, not with drama, with slow fatigue, silent issues, a little sugar imbalance, slight blood pressure shift, a minor infection, but heaven says, no more silent attacks. Archangel Michael is now positioned over your bed, over your food, over your breath. Do you remember the moment you felt something unusual in your chest but ignored it? That was the first attempt. Michael stopped it. Do you remember when your eyes felt heavy and you blamed the screen? That was a spiritual weight pressing on your vision, meant to dull your spiritual sight. Raphael wiped it. Do you remember the night you couldn't sleep and your heart beat strangely, but no doctor could explain it? That was a demonic echo bouncing near your aura. Gabriel silenced it. Yes, Gabriel is the third angel. He hasn't spoken yet, but he has shown a vision. You standing in front of a mirror, looking at yourself, finally understanding that your body is not just flesh. It is a prophecy. Your body is carrying a promise, a purpose. And your healing is not just for comfort. It is for divine fulfillment. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. God says, I gave them a calling and sickness will not delay it. But you must act. You must treat your body as sacred. Not just because of health, but because of prophecy. Something is being birthed through you. An assignment. And your physical strength is required to carry it. There is someone you trust who keeps joking about illness. They joke, don't get old, or we're all falling apart. Their words are planting spiritual weeds. You must not absorb those statements. They may mean well, but their words are seeds. Uproot them in prayer. Declare daily, my body is strong. My cells obey the voice of God. I walk in divine health. I live and I thrive. Michael says if they repeat this for 21 days, their health trajectory will change permanently. There will be a divine test in the next 72 hours. You will feel an old symptom try to return. But it will be a lie, a test. You must speak to it. Literally say, you are not welcome. I am already healed. You are a shadow with no power. Say it aloud. Don't think it, declare it. The angels respond to your words. There is a room in your house that holds stagnant energy. A corner where light rarely reaches. Something spiritual is hiding there. A memory, an object, a gift from someone who left bitterness. You must clean that space physically and spiritually. Anoint it with prayer. Speak life into that area. Something invisible has been dwelling there affecting your sleep and breath. God says your healing is not far. It is now, not next month. Not when you can afford a retreat. Not when the diagnosis is official. Now, the healing began when you opened this message. Every sentence you read is medicine. Every word is a sword cutting away what was not planted by God. Heaven is watching your response. This is your test. Will you act or will you let it be another forgotten message? If you pray within 30 minutes of finishing this message, a divine shift will happen in your bloodstream, a cleansing, a renewal, and you will feel it. Tingling, warmth, clarity. You were not supposed to read this today, but heaven rearranged your timeline to make this appear because you matter. Your body matters. Your life matters. Michael is still speaking. Tell them. Tell them I never left their side. Not when they were in pain. Not when they cried alone. Not when they gave up on themselves. I stayed. I watched. I protected, even when they ignored me, I stayed because they are marked, chosen, loved. God says you are healed. But you must walk like it, talk like it, think like it, eat like it, sleep like it, and pray like it. Let this message stay with you forever. And when you feel tired again, read it out loud. Speak life into your body. The angels are listening. The healing is already happening. Amen. God says, Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. This is very important. Do not ignore this. 3 angels have been trying to warn you, but you have not listened. They stood near your bed last night, hoping your soul would hear them even as your body slept. One of them cried. Another trembled. The third covered their eyes because what they were told to show you was terrifying. Not because you are being punished, but because you are loved so much that heaven cannot bear to stay silent anymore. This is about your health, and your health is the battlefield where an invisible war has already begun. Michael says, your body is the temple of divine purpose, but someone tried to damage this temple without your knowledge. Something was done to you when you were unaware, asleep, distracted, or perhaps even betrayed. You have felt the warning signs. But every time you tried to explain them to others, they called it stress, overthinking, or even imagination. But God says they were wrong. And Michael confirms it now. The signs you ignored, your sudden tiredness, that sharp pain that comes and goes without explanation, that strange sensation in your chest, that weakness in your limbs, that shortness of breath, the dizziness when you stand, the ringing in your ears. None of this is random. These were divine alarms. And now God is sounding the loudest alarm of all. You need to know someone has knowingly cursed your health. Not by chanting spells in the dark. Not by calling demons, but by something far more subtle. They fed you words soaked in poison. They sent envy into your energy field. They gossiped about your body behind your back. They declared with their tongue that you don't look well, not out of care, but out of secret hatred. Words like that go into the spirit like knives. And Michael saw every single one being thrown at you. Michael says, one of them said, she doesn't deserve that healthy body. And another said, he thinks he's strong. Watch him fall. That was not just speech. It was an intention. And the spirit realm is highly sensitive to intention. God is furious. Not because they attacked you, but because you didn't see it coming. Because you kept trusting them. You even laughed with them. You even ate with them. You even prayed with them. And they were the ones silently speaking curses into your cells. This is why your body has started to rebel. Not because it is weak, but because it is absorbing too much spiritual toxicity. You are spiritually inflamed. Archangel Raphael tried to heal you last week, but your surroundings are interfering. The room you sleep in has absorbed energies from someone who visited you, with a fake smile. They left an energetic footprint of harm. Michael says it is still lingering in the northwest corner of your room. He begs you to cleanse it immediately. Use prayer. Use salt. Use incense. But do not delay. Every moment you wait, your body takes the impact. God says there is something hidden in your kitchen that is not good for you. It could be an ingredient, a bottle, a package you received, something that someone touched with bad intention. Michael says, check all gifts, especially those that were left behind without you asking. There is a toxin nearby. God says this is not to scare you. This is to awaken you. Because if you do not act within the next 14 days, a health crisis could occur that will confuse even the doctors. And by the time they find the cause, it may be too late. But if you listen now, Michael will protect you. If you listen now, God will reverse the damage. If you listen now, your body will begin a supernatural restoration process, but it must start today. Michael says your left side of the body, especially around your chest and stomach, is holding the pain. There is something pressing from the inside. It is not always physical. Sometimes it is a grief you never cried out, an emotion you buried because you didn't want to be weak, a betrayal that made you silent. But that silence created a spiritual bruise, and it's now affecting your heart's rhythm and your gut's clarity. God says drink more water, but not just physically, spiritually too, which means cleansing your emotional system. Cry if you must, scream in your prayers. Confess your anger. Let your soul sweat because your soul is holding toxins your blood cannot process. Michael says someone once touched your hand and something transferred. He's not saying this to scare you, but to inform you that physical contact carries energetic codes. Some people are walking vessels of envy. They don't need to speak to curse you. They only need to touch your shoulder, your hand, or your face. Michael saw someone do this to you in the past 6 months. A hug that felt forced. A hand that lingered too long. A glance that made you uncomfortable. That person does not belong in your life anymore. They are spiritually incompatible with your healing. God says He created your body as a miracle, and what you're going through now was not part of His design. It's the enemy trying to sabotage your journey. But God is reclaiming it. Michael says your healing will begin in the blood. But you must spiritually align with this healing. That means separating from people who drain your light. That means blessing your water before you drink it. That means praying over your food. That means placing your hand over your heart and saying, "This heart belongs to God. No evil can touch it." Michael says, an incident happened 3 nights ago, possibly in your dream or in your sleep, where your spirit was shown something, but you forgot it upon waking. That was not an accident. The enemy tried to erase your memory of that warning. But now Michael is restoring it. That moment when you woke up confused or scared. That was your spirit remembering a spiritual attack. God says He will now assign 3 healing angels to surround your bed as you sleep for the next 7 nights. But you must welcome them. Speak out loud before sleeping. Angels of healing, I welcome you into this room. Guard me, protect my breath, and cleanse my body. Michael says, you've been carrying a fatigue that doesn't match your lifestyle. That's because your energy has been leaking. Someone placed a spiritual drain over you. But the moment you open this message and believe in it, the drain begins to seal. Your body will begin to recover. But your belief is the activation key. God says a woman who once offered you help actually took something from you spiritually. Michael won't reveal her name yet, but her eyes were always watching your body. She made a comment about your looks once. Remember that moment? That was the moment the transfer happened. She wanted what you had. Not out of admiration, but out of theft. Michael says, you are not cursed. You are chosen. And because you are chosen, you are attacked. But heaven will never abandon a chosen one. Right now, a scroll is being opened in the spirit realm. Your name is on it. And it reads, Healer must be healed. Light bearer must not go dark. God is commanding now, eat more from the earth. Return to fruits and grains. Fast for one day if your body allows. Listen to worship music and avoid conversations that carry the energy of death, gossip, fear, or competition. Michael says, you must touch your own body with love. Place your hands where it hurts and say, God lives here. Because your body is listening. Every cell has a memory. If you curse your body by saying, I'm tired. I'm weak. I'm broken. The cells obey. But if you say, I am healing. I am light. I am strong through Christ, the body rewires itself. God says someone is watching your journey and secretly hoping you fail, especially in health. But God will use this moment to shock them because instead of collapsing, you are about to rise. Michael says, your enemies expect you to be hospitalized. But soon you will run again. You will laugh again. You will glow again. Michael saw a miracle scheduled for you, but it was almost blocked because of your disbelief. But now, by reading this far, you've activated it again. Your healing is not far. It is one breath away. The Holy Spirit is even now beginning to breathe over your lungs, purifying the air around you. God says, be cautious of pills, injections, or advice that you feel uneasy about. Pray over every decision. Seek second opinions because there is someone in authority who may not have your highest good in mind. Not every white coat is guided by the light. Michael warns, avoid arguments in the coming days, especially with someone who raises your blood pressure. That argument is a trap. It is designed to spike your stress and make your body vulnerable again. Stay calm. Walk away. Choose peace over proving your point. God says healing will not be instant, but it will be undeniable. Every day you wake up and choose to believe, another layer of restoration will unfold. Your hair will feel stronger. Your skin will glow again. Your appetite will return to balance. Your sleep will deepen. Your dreams will become messages again. Michael says, write down your symptoms. Pray over the list, then burn it as a symbol of surrender. Tell God, this list does not own me. You do. That act will cause angels to descend with instructions for yourselves. God says you are not alone. You were never alone. Heaven has been weeping, waiting, hoping that you would listen. And now that you have, everything begins to change. You are safe. You are being healed. You are under divine protection now. Michael is standing at your door. He is not knocking. He is already inside. And he will not leave until your healing is complete. This is your moment. Say yes to the divine. Say yes to your healing. Say yes to life. God says, "You shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord." This is not the end. This is your awakening. Archangel Michael says, "I order you to open this right now." This message is not something you can postpone or ignore. This is not a coincidence. Heaven is speaking to you directly, urgently, because the matter before you is sacred. It is about your life. It is about your body. It is about the temple that holds your spirit. 3 angels have been dispatched. Gabriel, Raphael, and Michael himself. Because something must be revealed to you now before it's too late. This is about your health. This is about the unseen condition that heaven has noticed but you may have overlooked. Something is shifting in your body. Something you must not ignore. But there is also hope. There is protection. There is restoration. This message is your divine prescription. You are not alone in your pain. God has watched you suffer quietly in silence, even pretending to be okay. You've pushed through the symptoms. You've denied the fatigue. You've convinced yourself it's nothing serious. But God says, "Child, you must listen now." Your body has been crying out. Your heart has been sending signals. Your spirit has whispered for help. You have felt it at night. The fear that something is wrong. The way your body feels different. That was not your imagination. That was a message. That was divine intuition alerting you that it's time to pause and listen. You've done so much for others, carried so many burdens, ignored your own needs to help everyone else, but now God says it's time to care for yourself. Because if you collapse, who will carry you? Archangel Raphael, the divine healer, is standing over you. His hands are glowing with light. He has been trying to get your attention. He has nudged you during your sleep, trying to get you to wake up. He has whispered to your subconscious, urging you to rest, to slow down, to check your health, to go deeper into the truth of what your body is holding. You may have felt strange dreams, subtle pains, or spiritual discomfort lately. That is the message. That is the warning. Something inside your physical body is being triggered. Maybe by stress, maybe by old grief, maybe by something unhealed from the past. This is not a message of fear. This is a message of hope. God sent this to heal you, not to scare you, but to save you. You are not going to die. You are not cursed. You are not beyond help. But you are at a turning point right now. As you read this, your cells are listening. Your body is listening. The angels are standing guard around you. And Archangel Michael has drawn his sword, not to attack, but to slice away the chains that have kept you tied to physical suffering. Chains of guilt, chains of worry, chains of fatigue, chains of emotional trauma that have embedded themselves in your organs, in your bones, in your heart. This is the moment God wants to remove all of it. But you must say yes. You must open your spirit fully. You must believe it is not too late. God says, I see what you've hidden. I see the pain you've ignored. I see the symptoms you pretend aren't there. The headaches, the stomach unrest, the strange tightness in your chest when anxiety comes in waves. The heaviness in your body when you get up in the morning. The rapid heartbeat when you're trying to rest. The weight gain or weight loss that makes no sense. The way your skin reacts, the dryness in your mouth. The way your hands shake sometimes. The blood that's tired. The organs that are inflamed. God sees it all. And He's not angry. He is ready to bring you into divine healing. He has already prepared a miracle. But first, you must hear the warning and take it seriously. Archangel Michael says, 3 angels have stood at your bedside at night. They are not ghosts. They are not dreams. They are divine messengers who came to guard you while you slept. You may have felt pressure on your chest. Or a presence in the room. That was them. You may have woken up suddenly and didn't know why. That was a tap from heaven. The angels were trying to wake you up to your own truth. They are not here to punish you. They are here to restore you. But you must not wait any longer. Ignoring the signs is dangerous now. Heaven is sounding an alarm. You are on the edge of a very important timeline. One direction leads to healing. The other leads to slow suffering, but the choice is now yours. Go see the doctor if you've been delaying it. Go get that test. Drink more water. Change the food you're putting into your body. Rest more deeply. Take supplements that support your immunity. Speak life into your body every day. Stop speaking curses over yourself. Your words are powerful. Every time you say, I'm so tired, your body hears it. Every time you say, I'm sick of this, your cells respond. Speak healing now. Say, I am strong. I am recovering. My body is a miracle. Heaven will echo it, angels will align with it. God says your healing will not look like the world's healing. The doctors may not understand it. The tests may say one thing, but heaven says another. Some of you will be healed through divine touch. Others will be guided step by step through earthly medicine and angelic wisdom. But no matter how it happens, the root of it is always spiritual. Every ailment has a spiritual origin. God is cutting the root now. The root of fear, the root of inherited illness. The root of neglect, the root of emotional wounds that never healed and became disease. You are being freed. You are being renewed. The blood of Jesus is circulating through your spirit and flowing into your physical body. It is cleansing your organs. It is restoring the memory of divine wholeness to every cell. Archangel Michael says, "Do not be afraid. God is not punishing you. He is pulling you out of the danger that you did not even see." You may have been close to a major health crisis, but it has been averted, because you chose to open this message. You are not the same person who ignored the signs before. Now you are awake. Now you are aligned. Now you are protected. Drink deeply of the Spirit. Spend more time in stillness. Stop running from yourself. Turn off the noise. Sleep earlier. Let go of the toxic connections. Say no to what drains you. You have permission now to protect your health at all costs. God says your purpose is too big for you to be buried in sickness. The enemy has tried to attack your body, to stop your mission. That fatigue was not just physical. It was spiritual warfare. That pain was not just medical. It was a spiritual wound crying out. But now you are covered. Now you are wrapped in the wings of healing. You are going to feel different after today. The heaviness will begin to lift. Your heartbeat will steady. Your mind will slow down. Your rest will be deeper. You will crave what nourishes you. You will lose desire for what poisons you. Your energy will return. Your skin will glow. Your sleep will heal you. Your digestion will stabilize. Your blood pressure will normalize. Your joints will release the inflammation. Your breath will feel holy again. Your bones will strengthen. And your spirit will lead your body into victory. This message was timed perfectly. Had you missed this, something in your body could have broken down suddenly. But because you opened this, heaven intervened. Because you said yes, a divine hand touched your chest, touched your stomach, touched your blood, and began a new order. The inflammation is reversing. The cells are renewing. The heart is calming. The brain fog is clearing. The immune system is rebooting. You may not see it all at once, but you will feel it in moments. There will be signs, unexpected energy, unexpected peace, sudden sleepiness after this message. That's your body resetting. Do not resist it. Let your body obey the Spirit. You must remember this moment. This